The mouthpieces can be really expensive and a lot of insurances don't cover them. I found a much cheaper option and I like it better than the one that I spent lots of money on. Hey y'all, how are you doing? I hope you're doing great. I hope you've had a great week. My name is Jenny, if you are new here, and welcome. I'm so glad to have you. Welcome back if you're returning. Tonight I am in the 7th part of a 7-part series talking about the different headache disorders that I've been diagnosed with as a result of Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. As anybody that has Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, you know that we are prone to many different types of headaches, so I've been doing a series to discuss the different headache disorders that I live with. So Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, it affects the body's collagen, and the collagen, it literally holds the body together. So I think of it like the glue that holds the body together, and so when you have this, it can result in loose, flexible joints, and among those affected joints are the neck and the jaw, and this can trigger TMD. So the TMJ is like a hinge that connects your lower jaw to your skull, and it allows you to move your jaw, to speak, to yawn. So TMD can occur when the joints, muscles, and ligaments are not working together properly. And this can result in pain, jaw problems, and neck problems, and it is a common trigger for migraines. So TMJ and neck problems have been linked together for some time. They are associated, and research shows that it's not only a problem of the TMJ disc, but it is a problem of jaw instability. So like with any joint, excessive movement in the TMJ and or chronic dislocations, subluxations, it's caused by weakness of the connective tissue. And so that would be, weakness in the connective tissue that should be holding that joint in place. So the most common symptoms that you can experience are the most common symptom reported is headaches, and it can be on one side or both sides in the temple area. TMJ pain and migraines, they present very similarly, so it can be hard to tell the two apart. And also the symptoms of TMJD can present similarly to sinus headaches, tension headaches, and cluster headaches. So it can be tricky to diagnose or to get the proper diagnosis. So the symptoms that you can experience are, of course, pain. Pain is the most common symptom. So TMJ pain, chronic headaches, tooth pain, ear pain, and so generalized facial pain like the cheeks, the forehead, and the jaw, of course. But you can get ringing in the ears. You can get jaw dysfunction, so excessive movement or locking of the jaw, painful clicking or popping when you open or close your mouth, and so it can have difficulty chewing or speaking, dizziness, and muscle spasms. If it's suspected, then the doctor will do, they'll palpate of course, the joints areas and see if you have pain in that area. They'll test your range of motion to see if that is not within normal limits, and then they will check by imaging. They can check by imaging. So X-ray would look at the teeth and the jaw. CT scan would look at the bones in the jaw, and then an MRI would look at the soft tissue. So it can see if the disc is damaged or what have you. So and also arthroscopy can be used as a diagnostic tool too. Sometimes I don't think it's used as much, But so mine was diagnosed by, of course, the clinical exam. You know, they went over my symptoms and my whole clinical picture and history and all those things. You know, and at that time they didn't know that I had Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, but that is a risk for when you have that connective tissue that's not strong. It's definitely going to put you at risk for TMJD. So went over everything, and then I had an MRI done, and then X-rays. The X-rays showed damage to my teeth from the clenching and the grinding, and then it showed damage to my, I believe it was my right joint. But the MRI showed, I think, it showed arthritis. It confirmed the diagnosis of the arthritis and the disc displacement, and it showed just the changes in both sides. The limit, it showed it very clearly diagnosed the TMJD. So for treatments, my doctor suggested I can't take NSAIDs, but NSAIDs are one of the first things that they'll suggest, especially if you're having pain. And if it's at the over-the-counter NSAIDs don't work, or pain relievers, they can prescribe something stronger like Mobic or something like that. And you know, sort of start conservative is where it's kind of like with anything. So there is a doctor that is an Ehlers-Danlos specialist, and he specializes in treating TMJD. So I got some information off of his website of what he suggests. I haven't seen him, but I would really like to if I ever need to someday. And he has something called inflammatory precautions. So he suggests vitamin D3, doxycycline, omega-3s, NSAIDs, glucosamine, TMJ splint, and muscle relaxants. So inflammatory precautions. So some other things that are suggested that I found in the research is, of course, the orthopedic appliance, so the mouth guard. For me, I had the mouth guard, and basically they did the dentist just did a mold in office and had it made, and it was for my upper teeth. So it helped a whole lot. And also he did spray and stretch for my sternocleidomastoid and trapezius muscles because of the trigger points involved. I had trigger point injections done because, you know, at the time it was thought that these trigger points could be causing my head and face pain. And so I did that, and then physical therapy it helped with, you know, strengthen the muscles, stretch them. And they also did ultrasound treatments that way too. So other treatments, though, sorry, I kind of got off track, but other treatments that I've seen listed are so both non-steroidal and steroidal anti-inflammatories, physical therapy, riboflavin, so vitamin B2, CoQ10, feverfew, cognitive behavioral therapy is recommended, and so is biofeedback. Prolotherapy, I'm seeing more and more as a suggestion, and it seems really promising. Antidepressants, they can use antidepressants and anti-epileptics to block the body's pain signals. I found the chiropractor also helpful. Sorry, I'm jumping all over the place. But I found the chiropractor also helpful for the times when it was truly dislocated, as opposed to just the sublux, which for the most part mine just subluxes frequently. So, but when it was truly dislocated, the chiropractor helped me a lot. Doing the exercises to strengthen and stretch those muscles, essential oils, heat, ice. So yeah, I have a couple of the things here that I use. I use this for moist heat, and I'll use this mostly when I'm having really bad spasms and the pain's worse that way. It helps more for those type. It just kind of depends on what kind of pain I'm having, but you heat this up and it gives moist heat, and it helps a lot. I really love this, and I use this blend of essential oils. It's called Aligning by Rocky Mountain. See that, and it's frankincense, Roman chamomile, and spruce, I believe, but it really does help. I really like it. I have these little ice packs. I like them because you just hold it right there, and I can't put it in my neck brace. But anyway, also these can heat up too, and you can use them as warm compresses, so pretty cool. I'll link those below in case you're interested. My pain management doctor has prescribed me a cream. It's got lidocaine and something else in it. I can't tell what else in it, so it's got a few things in it, so it might be something to ask about, like I had to have it compounded, but that might be an option. I can't take NSAIDs, so this is supposed to be in place of that. It's got anti-inflammatory properties in it, so this helps a lot. And then, okay, so the mouthpiece, the first one that I had made through the doctor that diagnosed me and treated me, it worked for many years. It was great. But then he warned me that over time it could shift and I might need it to be adjusted. So that happened within the past couple of years, and I went to schedule an appointment to have it adjusted, and he had retired. So I was gonna have to start all over with a new dentist, and I don't know about you all, but my dental insurance doesn't cover these types of treatments, so it was going to be a lot out of pocket, and I just really needed a solution. So I tried a couple of the mouth guards that you can get at, like, you know, Academy, or the sports mouth guards that you can make yourself, and those just didn't help at all. But I found a really great option. This is what I use now, and it basically cuts out the middleman. I don't know, so it's like a quarter of the cost of what I paid through my dentist. Basically cuts out the dentist part of it. They will send you the mold, and they give you instructions and videos on how to do the mold at home. You send it back and they make it, and they tell you pretty much what you need as far as like firm or soft, but you get to choose that. And so this is my mouthpiece. It's really very similar to the one that I had through the dentist office, only I really do like this one better. It's more helpful. It feels better for my mouth, so it just goes on the top teeth, and yeah, I sleep in it, or I use it anytime that I am prone to clenching or grinding. For me, that's when I'm like working at the computer, or if I'm stressed, I notice that'll do it more, so I'll use it during those times. So yeah, and I can link that information down below too in case you're interested. So also lifestyle changes, so watch, you know, not eating like gum or hard candies or really chewy foods or crunchy foods like chips, so that helps. And then stress management, of course. So there's just exercises, doing the exercises at home. There's really a lot that you can do in the way of treatment, so that is, I think, good. For Ehlers-Danlos patients, oh, and then I forgot to mention also, so they can also do more invasive, so in, like, as far as injections and surgeries, they can do the arthrocentesis. If all the conservative measures are not working, arthrocentesis, arthroscopy, Botox, corticosteroid injections, that might be it. And then surgery could be discussed at that point, of course, as a last resort. So for Ehlers-Danlos patients, it's recommended to avoid surgery if possible, and also for the best outcome, to incorporate as many treatment modalities as you can into your treatment regimen for the best prognosis. So as you can see, I use multiple different things, and it helps. I'd say my TMJ is really well controlled, so I'm grateful for that. So yeah, that is my story with TMJD, and that concludes my headache series for Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. I really appreciate you being here, and yeah, if you have anything to share, like if you have TMJD, or you know, you're suspecting it, I would love to hear below. If you have it, like maybe what's helped you the most, what you use for your treatment regimen, and I would really appreciate if you would share below. Don't forget to hit the notification bell if you want to be notified when I upload again, and if this helped you, give me a thumbs up. That would really help me out, and I would appreciate it. Hope you have a great weekend. I'll see you next week. Bye.